day to all respected advisors and fellow researchers. I am humbled by your virtual presence. I am Mediatrix J. Anayatin from the University of Mindanao Professional Schools, Davao City, Philippines, with Dr. A. Lyndon Quines, EDD, my co-author. The title of my study is Teacher Disposition, Classroom Management, and Student Academic Motivation, a path model analysis on engagement of senior high school students. The purpose of this study was to determine the best fit model on student engagement among senior high school students in the public schools of the Department of Education in Region 12. While existing studies have examined the individual relationships between teacher disposition, classroom management, student academic motivation, and student engagement, there is limited research that integrates these factors into a comprehensive path model, especially in the context of senior high school students. The study has important implications for achieving UN's Sustainable Development Goals. The SDGs 4, 10, 3, 5, 8, 16, and 17 highlights how teacher effectiveness and student engagement are integral to achieving broader sustainable development objectives in education and society. This study focuses on teacher disposition, classroom management, and student academic motivation impacts student engagement. Teacher disposition such as caring and critical thinking impacted student engagement. Moreover, teachers' classroom management strategies affect student engagement and achievement, revealing that proactive approaches that emphasize clear rules and routines were associated with higher engagement levels. Furthermore, the impact of different types of motivation on cognitive, emotional, and behavioral engagement reveals that autonomous forms of motivation were more strongly associated with higher levels of engagement. This study aims to determine the path model of student engagement among senior high school students in Region 12. Specifically, it intends to achieve the following objectives. First, to measure the level of teacher disposition in terms of motivation to teach, teacher efficacy, willingness to learn, conscientiousness, and interpersonal and communication skills. Second, to determine the efficacy of classroom management of teachers in terms of time management, routines, preventive strategies, and reactive strategies. Third, to describe the level of student academic motivation in terms of intrinsic motivation, extrinsic motivation, and motivation. Fourth, to ascertain the level of student engagement among senior high school students in terms of affective as to liking for learning, affective as to liking for school, behavioral engagement as to effort and persistence, behavioral engagement as to extracurricular activities, and cognitive. Fifth, to determine the significant relationship between teacher disposition and student engagement, classroom management and student engagement, and student academic motivation and student engagement. Finally, to find the best fit model that predicts student engagement among senior high school students. In this study, the researcher tested a hypothesized model which is shown in Figure 1 that will be the best fit for student engagement of senior high school students in Region 12. It has two types of latent constructs, namely exogenous and endogenous variables. The exogenous variables of this study are teacher disposition, classroom management, and student academic motivation. On the other hand, the endogenous variable of this study is student engagement of senior high school students. The researcher conducted a non-experimental study to 400 senior high school students in Region 12 using descriptive correlational research design. The study used stratified proportional sampling and statistical tools like mean, person R, and regression analysis. The path analysis model was used to explore direct and indirect relationship and so as the model fit value. The level of teacher disposition results show that all indicators received a verbal interpretation of very high, which means that positive teacher dispositions significantly impact student achievement and creating a more engaging learning environment and foster better student outcomes. The level of classroom management resulted to a very high mean value, which implies that the use of positive discipline in classroom management showed a statistically significant improvement in the behavior of students. The level of student academic motivation has an overall verbal interpretation of high. Moreover, students who viewed intelligence as malleable rather than fixed demonstrated greater persistence in facing academic challenges and maintained higher levels of motivation throughout their educational journey. The weighted means of each indicator of student engagement resulted to a very high descriptive interpretation. Furthermore, student engagement is crucial for academic success and involves active participation, emotional connection to learning, and deep cognitive investment in educational activities. The results of the test of the relationship between variables as reflected in the hypothesis show that the relationship was tested at a 0.05 significance level. The overall R values with p-values of less than 0.05 signify the rejection of the null hypothesis. It means that a significant relationship exists between exogenous and endogenous variables when correlated. The Path Analysis Model 1 reveals that teacher disposition significantly influences classroom management but has minimal impact on student engagement. The model's goodness of fit measures indicate acceptable fit but needs improvement. The Path Analysis Model 2 shows that teacher disposition significantly influences classroom management and student engagement, while student academic motivation is more integrated variable. Regression analysis confirms significant relationships between variables. The model demonstrates strong goodness of fit measures compared to Model 1. The Path Analysis Model 3 shows the teacher disposition strongly influences classroom management, wherein classroom management has a stronger direct effect on student engagement. The model has excellent goodness of fit, providing the best fit among the three versions. The findings demonstrate important relationships between teacher disposition, classroom management, and student academic motivation in shaping student engagement among public senior high school students. Through statistically significant associations, the study reveals the teachers' willingness to adapt their methods based on student needs and reflect on their teaching practices plays a crucial role in fostering student engagement. The Department of Education should develop a curriculum integrating real-world applications while fostering community partnerships and gathering student feedback for policy improvements. School heads are advised to create inclusive environments, support professional development, and implement technology while maintaining strong student relationships and recognition programs. Teachers should incorporate diverse teaching methods, active participation activities, and ongoing assessments while regularly reflecting on their practices and maintaining a welcoming learning environment. Future researchers are encouraged to use this study as a reference while considering how local context and cultural influences may affect student engagement outcomes, potentially leading to new insights in different settings. Student engagement is the product of motivation and active learning. It is a product rather than sum because it will not occur if either element is missing. By Elizabeth F. Barkley.